Welcome to the KX Country Clubhouse. I'm Carolyn Ellis from KX 96, and today I am so happy to be hanging out with the Road Hammers. I've got Jason, I've got Chris. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing really, really good, actually. Thanks so much for joining us here today in the KX Country Clubhouse. I've been looking forward to chatting with you guys.
We've been looking forward to chatting with you. You live in a clubhouse. How could you be doing anything but great?
Exactly. It's funny because I was like, I was doing some research on you guys and I'm thinking, the Road Hammers, they've been together for quite a while now. It's 2004 that you guys formed. 2004, 17 years. Doesn't feel a day over 16, does it?
No, well, that's when I started and joined the band, was when I was 16. So,
attaboy.
Nicely done. All right. Well, I want to say congratulations, guys. The new EP is dropping on Friday. Back at It. Of course, we've had already released The Boys Are Back at It, and Giver is the new one. And you also have a few special guests on the album. So I'd like to talk about that because there's some really, there's a who's who of Canadian country music on this album with you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, starting with the new single, Giver, wrote that with Tim Hicks. It's going back a few years, and it's just one of those songs we had kicking around, and it just seemed like it really fit this EP and the feeling of it,
Yeah.
But Tim joins us on another song, Stay Wild, which we're actually shooting a video for coming up in just a few days here. And then we've got a whole bunch of others on a great song produced by Dan Davidson. It's called All My Friends. Clay?
Yeah, okay. So tell us who is on that song because it's a big list.
Well, we have Tim, we have Dan. Who else do we have on there?
Terry Clark, Gordy Johnson, Aaron Pritchett, Corey Marks, Jason Blaine. I mean, it's amazing. How did this all come together with the pandemic? How did the recording process work for this?
Well, it was, the whole thing started off with The Boys Are Back at It. So Clay wrote that with Derek Rutan and you were mentioning Jason Blaine before. And that was all, it was written before the pandemic and the demo was done. And we were like, well, we have to record this on the EP. We have to include it.
Mm-hmm.
As things kind of went on with the pandemic, we started to see some light at the end of the tunnel. We're like, this has to be the first single because it kind of speaks to where we are all at. We all want to get at it,
Yeah.
And that's kind of what kicked off this recording process was, we'd send the drums to our drummer, get him to put it on at his own studio, and then it'd all go back to the producers and they'd get, Chris to put the bass on, and Clay and I put some guitars or vocals, and it just kind of round robin. We all have our own little studio. So we've been doing a little bit of that before the pandemic, but I mean, it's really been kicked into high gear and we've really seen right now, Zoom, we're getting really comfortable with all these different, pieces of technology. It's a little odd making records, over Zoom. It's odd writing songs over Zoom, but you get used to it. And but I can't wait till we get back to face and in person. That's the way it really happens.
Oh, I so agree with you. As a radio person, I'm having a really hard time with Zoom because I just don't want the camera on at all.
I'm supposed to come in here in my pajamas. What's going on?
Exactly. You know how this works. You got it. Now, you guys have been back. You've been doing some live shows, correct?
Yes.
How was it getting back on stage for that first time after the time off, really?
Great. We were just in Clay's hometown of Bonnyville last week. We played the Calgary Stampede last month. It's just been, it's been too long coming. It's just great. It's like, I don't know. It's like putting a coal right back to the campfire. You take it away, it gets cold, but the second you put it back, it gets hot again. And that's exactly how it feels.
That's perfect. Well, and seeing you guys live, you guys always put on such a fantastic show. You guys are fun to watch. Is there something that you do backstage to get yourself pumped up? I've seen, people doing shots, people doing push-ups, the prayer thing together. Is there something that you guys do to kind of get yourselves going before you hit the stage?
Stretch. You have to stretch. If you're going to be in a band for 15 years, you better learn how to stretch.
Is there a special stretch?
Yeah.
It's all about the hamstrings.
Around on stage, so he has to stretch, But stretching, and everybody thinks, you do a couple of shots of, something heavy and all that. It's actually caffeine. That's the, Timmy's. This show brought to you by Timmy's.
I think it changes the older you get. It's the same thing with us. We're in our 20s doing our thing. It's like shots, booze, whatever. Now it's like, okay, now I want to go to bed early. I'm the coffee thing. It's like, forget it. I'm just, yeah, no, it's the aging thing. Now, speaking of booze, you guys actually have a beer that's been named after you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's really cool. Some friends of mine in Red Deer, Alberta, have a brewery called Sawback Breweries. And I was doing a show there, a little acoustic thing for them a while back. And I had mentioned that the Hammers had a new album coming out, and they perked right up and said, well, we should do a collaboration and put a beer out. So I introduced them to Jason. Everybody got talking, and the next thing you know, we have Hammer Down Lager available now. And it's really cool. Like the can looks like the new album cover from the new album Boys Are Back at It, and it's pretty good taste in beer. I gotta say, I have a lot in my fridge, and it keeps disappearing. It just keeps going.
You guys are going to be coming to the area too, so you should bring some, because I don't think it's available in Ontario yet, is it?
I don't think yet, no. But
it's coming. I think the end of the summer. I thought I had read somewhere that it was coming, so I'm going to have to definitely try that one out.
I'm going to start bootlegging it. I'm just going to stick it in the trunk of my car and drive it across the border.
Did you guys have any say in like the taste of it at all or anything, or did you just leave that up to the pros who knew what they're doing?
Said, look, you guys make up stuff that rhymes. We'll take care of the beer, and they sure did. It's awesome.
Perfect. All right. Well, we were talking about shows earlier. You guys are going to be in the area. The CMAOntario New Faces Showcase in Concert, which is coming up Friday, September 3rd. By the way, if anybody wants to get tickets for that, you can get them. Just go through the concerts page at kxcountry.fm. That's where you can get your tickets. And then this is a crazy, that's a wild weekend for you guys, because then on the Saturday, you're doing the Crooks Rapids Country Fest. And then you're coming back again on the Sunday, Jason, because you're hosting the CMAOntario Awards show again.
Yeah, it's always great because, being an Ontario boy, I mean, I was born in Ontario, but grew up a bit in Camrose, Alberta, and then came back here when I was about 8. So my heart is split in two. But I got to tell you, it's great to see such a strong talent group in Ontario here. I've got a lot of surprises for you on the show, but it's going to be great. And really excited that we get to, bring the Hammers to the CMAOs. Anytime we get to, bring the West to the East, it's a great thing. Absolutely.
And you're going to be co-hosting the show this year, too. You've got Beverly Mudd with you.
Yeah, actually, we've got quite a duet ready for you, and an opening number that I think everybody's going to be pretty jazzed about. We'll get everybody singing along. It's a drive-in show, but I think restrictions are going to allow people to be out of their cars, but it's going to be a fantastic show.
As far as that goes, yeah, for the most part, that's what people have been doing. Any of these drive-in concerts that you kind of see, people are getting out and they're kind of, out and dancing around and kind of staying around their vehicles, but they're still enjoying the show. Have you performed at drive-in concerts?
We have, yes. Well, I think we've all done, not with the Hammers per se, but I think we've all done them individually, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, how was the vibe doing a drive-in show as opposed to doing a live in theater concert?
Yeah, it's a little strange, but I mean, it's still just people playing and listening to music. I mean, it's still a lot of fun, and it's great that people actually still are coming out to see shows. It says a lot about people and the support they have for live music.
Absolutely. Well, they're going to get to see a lot of you that weekend in September. I think it's a Labor Day weekend. We're looking forward to it. Again, tickets are available, kxcountry.fm. And congratulations on the new EP, guys. Back at it. It's dropping on Friday. And actually, we're giving away copies all weekend long. So we've been talking about you guys like crazy all week.
Well, thank you so much. We want to thank you, everybody at radio, for supporting us, and first and foremost, the fans. I mean, the ones who make this happen, and not just for supporting our music, but all Canadian music. It's just great to be doing what we do.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for taking the time to chat with us today, and it is always a pleasure. I always look forward to talking to the Road Hammers.
Thanks so much.
All right, guys, take care.
All right,
take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us in the KX Country Clubhouse today, and be sure to visit the video page at kxcountry.fm to check out our other recent artist visits. And stay up to date on the latest interviews by following at KX96 and at KX947 on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you next time in the KX Country Clubhouse.